If you're considering getting involved in network marketing, it's crucial to thoroughly research the company, understand the products or services being offered, and carefully evaluate the compensation plan to determine if it aligns with your goals and expectations. Additionally, it's essential to approach network marketing opportunities with a realistic understanding of the challenges and potential rewards involved. Some believe that network marketing resembles illegal pyramid schemes. This occurs when there is no product to sell and when the product has no market value. Distributors pay a fee when recruited, generally money for the scheme. The scheme collapses when distributors cannot recruit anyone else. However, saying this, it is important you do your homework. Getting involved in the right MLM company that aligns with your values can easily put you into a position where one can out-earn the person that first signed them up. Yes, you could become very wealthy as a result. Welcome to the misconceptions, the myths, and the benefits of MLM, multi-level marketing companies. My name is Shauna Ballas, and I'm here with Karen Henry LD4 with Opulence Global. Firstly, Karen, welcome. What is multi-level marketing?
Well, good morning, Shauna. Thanks for having me today. MLM is simply a method of distribution, a method of where either a manufacturer or a company distributes goods to the end consumer without the middleman, without that retail chain in the middle. So what it actually does is it gives an opportunity for individuals that are partnering with that company to distribute product and actually earn income personally from that distribution. So it's simply a direct method of distribution straight from either the manufacturer or the company distributing to the end consumer while giving them an opportunity to make income.
Interesting. Multi-level marketing is a unique industry to get into. How did you get into this industry?
Well, Shauna, I've always been had an entrepreneurial mindset and was always wanting the freedom to work for myself with who I wanted and where I wanted and when I wanted. And I'm trained in sales and marketing background, but the companies that I was working for prior to discovering this industry just had, glass ceilings, a lot of political. There was really no time freedom or, there was a lot of restriction in terms of sales quotas and demands. And I just really always dreamed of having a business that I had the freedom to create and to do what I want, where I wanted, and have the flexibility to work anywhere. And so when I discovered this industry, I was in my 20s and I just saw a whole new opportunity to really expand and to grow and to have that freedom and that autonomy that I was looking for. So I'm totally grateful that actually I answered an ad back in my 20s and started the journey then. And I've never looked back. It is very important that you select the right vehicle, of course, which I've in my journey have found really what to look for and really what's important when selecting the right vehicle in this industry. So, but that's really how it all started. I just had that desire to take back control of my life and not trade my time for dollars, and really have an unlimited amount of possibilities for income.
When they talk about MLM companies and pyramid companies, tell me what's the difference between what you're doing and what is a pyramid system?
Well, it's interesting because there's a real misconception out there. I think there's two ways of looking at what people are asking if they ask you, is this a pyramid? Number one, they're either thinking that it's an organization where the people at the top are going to make all the income and the little people at the bottom aren't going to make any money. That's one misconception. And the second misconception is that it's a get rich quick scheme. And unfortunately, if you're not astute in this industry, there are various different programs out there that have no legitimate product, no legitimate offering, but promises of a get rich quick, no work done, invest your money here and you'll be rich overnight. And unfortunately, a lot of people get pulled into that and, don't invest wisely, don't understand the differences between a legitimate program that is going to give you an excellent quality product and that's going to give you a true opportunity with a real brick and mortar opportunity and business model that you can really grow and expand and have for your lifetime. These are these get rich quick schemes. And I think that's what most people fear. And unfortunately, it's overflowed into our industry and really created misperceptions out there in the industry. So, a pyramid, an actual pyramid scheme, is a company that is asking for your money, giving you no value back, has no head office, no actual officers, somebody creating a program in their basement and telling you you're going to get wealthy. And so I think the most important thing for people, anyone that's listening to this, is do your due diligence. And there's certain things that you're going to want to look for before joining any organization in this industry. But if you find the right organization, it can change your whole world and give you back your autonomy and your freedom like it has done for me.
So what you're saying is that in the business that you're looking for, to make sure that it's got products or services to sell and to have a legitimate board of directors, head office, and also years in the business. I think that's probably what I would look for when I'm looking for something that is so incredible to build wealth with. And talking about wealth, it, are there actually millionaires that could be made from a multi-level marketing business?
Absolutely, Shauna. It's hard to say the exact numbers, but this industry, the industry of network distribution or MLM, creates more millionaires than any other industry. In fact, I know personally several millionaires within my organization, and they've been average people that have been able to create that in their lives and come from traditional jobs and be able to fire their bosses and become new millionaires, and within a very short time frame, if they have the right fortitude and the right attitude and the right desire and they put the work in. So really, this is the last bastion of free enterprise that gives the average individual the opportunity to hit a financial home run, whatever that means to that individual. And creating millions is certainly something that a lot of people desire to do, but just don't know how to get started or what to create really. I mean, if you look at traditional businesses out there, the brick and mortar, they're very expensive for the average person to get involved in. There's a lot of upfront capital. There's all of the legal fees and distribution fees, and in many cases, staffing fees and overhead that this industry eliminates. And it's so wonderful if you have an entrepreneurial spirit and you're looking for that something where you're going to be trained and developed and mentored, because this is an industry that is about empowerment. Yes, we sell products, and yes, we fit the needs of individuals with our product lines and our services. But really, this is about development. really creating that entrepreneur that has that desire, but doesn't maybe have the skill set or the background that it would take to actually create millions in the traditional world. This is a business that can take that individual and mold them into whatever they have the desire to become. So I've enjoyed this industry for the last 4 decades, and watching and growing with my team and developing people into what they want to become. And that's what this is all about. So
Karen, when
it's
you say that you've come from a sales and marketing background, what type of a person do you have to be to get into this industry?
Well, the beauty of it is that there's really no type of person. The type, you don't have to have a sales and marketing background, because especially in the offering that we're in, you can just have a strong desire. And as long as you follow a simple system that's laid out by the company, you can create the success over and over again, not only for yourself, but for other people. So all you really have to have is an open mind and the willingness to be trained and mentored and coached. And the sky is the limit. That's the beauty of this. There's no glass ceiling in this industry, which I was experiencing prior to this industry. So the only limitation we have is our own limitation. It doesn't matter your ethnicity, doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your background, your training. It really is all about coming into an industry and being a sponge and learning the systems and learning about your product, learning about your company, developing your own personal growth. And if you're willing to do that, success is guaranteed.
What type of person do you need to be to get into this industry to be successful?
Well, Shauna, that's an interesting question. And it's a big question, actually, because it's a very broad scope. When I really think about the type of person that would benefit or enjoy this industry or reap the rewards of this industry, it really bridges a lot of those gaps that would normally not any type of industry would work for. Let's talk about the millennials for an example. They've been born into a computer age, and they unfortunately though are at a point in time in our economy where they're losing hope about really being able to amass a proper amount of income to even own anything, for an example. I mean, they've got a long road ahead of them for education, a long, expensive road. And then they really have no guarantee of any job afterwards. We see so many people displaced after a very long and expensive education. So this is an opportunity with their computer skills and know-how to be building a global business and sharing out on their social sharing and social media so easily and proficiently, much more than you and I who
Absolutely.
are a little different generation. We certainly weren't, we didn't grow up with technology. We've had to really push ourselves a little bit to work with computers, and it's been a process of development. But there's almost every age that I can think of from our generation that is maybe not as far along to their retirement as they thought they would be due to circumstances and life getting in the way, not having the money that they thought they would to retire. So this is a perfect opportunity for somebody to take this on and have flexibility, make income with other people that are in the same boat as them, and enjoy that retirement. And a lot of people, you know, aren't even necessarily wanting to do nothing when they retire. They're still very active and still very mentally active. And so doing something like this that just melds into your social life anyway, is such a great alternative for our generation. And of course, to secure some retirement income.
Going back to the millennials, it's all about social sharing, and their life is about social sharing. And to take this business and to offer it to two friends, and quickly it multiplies and duplicates into the next friends. And so the power of social media with this new generation, with the young generation, with Zeds and Generation X and the millennials, this is a perfect business for them to share. And
Absolutely,
uh,
Shona.
and as you say, technology and where we've gone to, and it is so prevalent in the whole arena of the pandemic. Tell me how Opulence Global survived during the pandemic.
Well, everyone in the world was never expected something like that to happen. And, our uh, corporate team and, of course, our CEO are visionaries, and they're always ahead of trends. They're always watching things. That's why we've been able to expand as quickly and as successfully as we have. So, looking at that trend and realizing that creating pandemic products that were going to be effective and better than anything that was out there, answering that need in the market, and being able to be the manufacturer and creating those, and making that shift in the company. We had growth through the pandemic, and also people that were out of their jobs, or moving from full-time incomes to very part-time because companies were cutting back. We were giving people the opportunity to grow and work from their home environment, which has been a whole new revolution for us. With our communication systems and our IT department, we were able to expand even new countries with our new product lines. So that didn't affect us in a negative way whatsoever.
Well, and truly, I think the pandemic has changed our lives.
Well, with our reach, as soon as someone gets involved with this opportunity, they have an international business, and it's instant. So you're set up and ready to go right from the get-go. And it's really, as we mentioned before, the only limit is your imagination. If someone wanted to say, I want to retire in Florida, or I want to live in Greece for 3 months a year, or I want to do Australia, or I want to live in the UK. You just have to literally put your finger on the map and decide what it is that you want to do. And you can expand into those regions without actually physically being there. And then when that region is ready, you just move into it and live your best life. So there's really no restriction, and there's no borders with this company.
Who says to their boss, "I want to take 3 months off and go live in Greece, and by the way, can I work remotely?" Doesn't happen too often. But when
Exactly. That was one
they
of the things.
sure, when you're with a company such as Opulence Global, they have such an amazing reach. They ship to all countries. As a partner, you never have to worry about shipping or returns. We have 100% guarantee policy. And I've run a business before, and I've always had to deal with brokerage fees and crossing of borders, and people paying with their Visa because they want to get travel points. That's something that we really don't have to deal with in this company. So to have a company that is so freeing, where all you have to do is social share, is quite a gift, and to be able to make residual income. And I think that is probably for a person that is retired, for a mother with children, if you need to take a break, it's just so very important to know that you will continue being paid. There's no company, well, perhaps if you're, on maternity leave, but that's, once in your life, at the beginning of your life. But at the end of your life, who pays you residual income?
Well, that's the beauty of working with a system, getting back to the industry and, and compensation plans. And, you were speaking about young moms, them being able to be at home and work from home and be with their children and not miss all that time that you never get back. Not to mention, not have to put in the money that it costs for the daycare. And, you're not with your children, they're in a daycare, and what are you really earning? So this is, I mean, it gives people the opportunity to be in any situation in their personal life and be able to work remotely. The millennials, they live on their phone. People that are retired or at home, they want to stay at home, but they can be doing this, alongside of golfing and doing whatever activity they love to do. And instead of just spending money, they can be making money. So there's so many benefits, Shauna. You and I know you personally, and we've never been a 9 to 5 person. I've been completely, basically unhireable, because I don't want to work for someone else. And I know you've always been an entrepreneur yourself. This has given us an opportunity to expand that entrepreneurial spirit into a much greater region than just a local reach. And that's what this gives everyone that's listening to this, is an opportunity to have a business that expands beyond borders, and without the commitment of actually having to travel to those borders unless you want to.
And, thinking back to my career, it's been, I've been in the workforce for more than 40 years. And in the beginning, if I would have had a multi level business that I could share and sell with when I was in university, it took me years to pay off my education. Being able to sell while going to school, building up a nest egg so that you either open up your business or buy a home, start a home with cash. We've got many people in our company that have began their life on a great foot, always having this residual income. And talking about parents, Karen, both you and I have taken care of our aging parents, and we've taken time off to be with, to helping our parents pass to the next life. If we didn't have a residual income coming in, and as entrepreneurs, it's you just take time off. You simply don't, no one pays you if you're not working. So it's that residual income that I think is so very important when you're thinking about how you're going to map out your life.
Individual that right now, whether they're at their beginning of their life and are just getting started in their career, or whether they're mid-career, maybe they're working at a job, or they are doing a trade that they love. But no matter what, if you're not able to do it, there's no money coming in. So this is a perfect opportunity to build that residual income, as you was mentioning, along with that active lifestyle that you've got, and be ready by the time our generation, where retirement is happening, and have that nest egg already ready, so that you're not in a situation where the people that should be ready to retire are just not. So every generation, this industry can be a great solution for. Have to be open-minded to new opportunities and new vistas that can totally change our world in a safe environment that is designed for us to thrive, and give us a whole new perspective and a whole new way of life. So I encourage anyone on this call that's been listening to really look into this industry and also, of course, into our offering. We've I feel for me, it's my forever home. I know it's going to be there with a 19-year track record, 20 years next year, celebrating our 20th year. Stable, triple A Better Business Bureau rating, solid as a rock, going to be here for the future for people. So I encourage everyone to be open and just take a look.
Yes, I totally agree with you. The world is changing at rapid speed. We are not thinking about how machines are taking over our lives. We're thinking about how AI is taking over our life. So if we don't change with the times and look for an industry that we could grow with and that grows us, are these companies international? How does that work?
Well, every company varies. Our particular offering is a global reach, so somebody can become involved and expand globally instantaneously. Wherever you know an individual and you want to share the system with that individual and help them, you can be opening up countries and territories in over 200 countries and territories with our program. Some companies are only North American reach. It's a very unique company actually that expands globally as quickly as our company has. And one of the reasons for that is we have not only a need product, but we have a want product. And that happens to be in the fashion and luxury goods market, which is a very easy market to expand into various different territories. There isn't a lot of resistance there. So our particular offering has gone global right from the get-go. But again, the individual would need to do their own research, on other companies.
Interesting. So what company do you work for?
I am personally with Opulence Global. I joined Opulence Global in 2008. I was introduced by a woman from Africa, actually, Tanzania, in Toronto. And I was taken to our absolutely spectacular world headquarters in Richmond Hill, Toronto, and saw our gorgeous product offering and in our gallery. And I was mesmerized right from the get-go. And then I was introduced to our amazing CEO and VP of product development and fell in love with the spirit and the heart of those individuals and realized very quickly that this was a company that was all about empowerment, was all about all of the principles that really are in this industry and are functioning at that higher level and really taking this whole industry to a whole new level. I had been with 3 companies prior in this industry, and personally, I'd never seen anything like this. And actually, that stands true today. I've never seen a company that takes as much interest in their people, develops systems and tools and trainings for those individuals, no matter where they are in the world, and cares about their people and about their product development and put everything aside to create excellence in this industry. And actually, that brings me to the next point. It very, very important for someone to, like you said in the beginning of this, to really understand how they're going to be paid. And by that, we mean compensation. And fortunately for myself, I happen to be with Opulence Global, and they have a CEO that has been in this industry for decades as well, understands what a person would need to build a large organization because he's done it. And he's actually one of the top 2 compensation plan experts in the world. So leadership, who's at the helm of your company, is extremely extremely important. And that, Shauna, to be honest, is one of the main reasons why, I mean, I love fashion. I love luxury goods. But for me, it was, wow, this compensation plan was like nothing I've seen in the industry. It is so fair. It is so um, rewarding, and it just keeps getting better and better over the course of the time that I've been with the program. So, yes, it's my forever home now. And I just want to educate people, how important this industry can be, and finding that right vehicle to change your life. As long as you want something more, and as long as you're willing to learn and grow and develop, the sky's the limit for you. There is no other industry that can give you what this industry can.
So, Karen, to sum up our conversation today, how would you go about starting this?
Let's look at this industry as the highway, the infrastructure. That industry gives us the opportunity to move and to grow and to develop and to expand into our financial freedom. Then you want to consider, okay, what is my vehicle? What am I going to get into to drive along on this highway? And, there's various different choices out there in vehicles. Let's use the analogy. There's the Lamborghini, the McLaren, and the Rolls Royce, or there's the Volkswagen and the Fiat and the Honda. Now, nothing wrong with any of those vehicles. It becomes your choice of the type of vehicle that you want to get into to start to drive on your journey. And let's also look at an analogy of what drives that vehicle. Well, not only you and your desire, but let's look at the product lines as the gasoline. So you want to consider, what type of gasoline do you want to put in what type of vehicle you're driving? And then, of course, you as the driver want to determine, do you want to get where you want to go in breakneck speed? Or do you want to just pedal along and do things, in a very much slower fashion? So really, when you're looking at this industry and when you're looking at a company, those are the things you want to consider. What is it that I want to create in my life? What makes sense for me? What is my passion? What do I love? Is this product offering what I can get excited about and what I can share naturally? And I know for myself with Opulence, when I first got started in this company, I decided to, of course, get the best offering, the best opportunity, and I adorned myself from head to toe with luxury products that I could go out there and feel like $1 million and get all kinds of compliments, because you can't see your business card from across the room. So when I bought my bag and my rings and my watch and my sun shields and my shoes, and I walk out there from adorned with our product lines from head to toe, it turns heads and it gets compliments, and it makes it very easy for me to share this opportunity with others because they want what you have. And that's why was also a distinguishing factor for me with this opportunity, was having that want product, not only that need product. And then, of course, as our company developed and as we moved into our various personal care products and our beauty products and our skin line, of course, using those has given me the transformation that I've needed, to have people asking, what are you doing? You look amazing. I can't believe you're the age you are. So that has also been helpful. So really, really important when you're looking at an opportunity. Does it resonate with you? Does it give you the opportunity to create the kind of income and live the kind of dream that you're looking for? And that certainly for me, Opulence Global has done that for me. And my goal is to just educate and share with others and help them realize their dreams. It is possible. The vehicle is there. You just have to be open and have that burning desire for something more. Well, with the Opulence Global offering, all 90% of our products are made in Canada, under good manufacturing facilities, of course, which are very highly regulated and very well known around the world. Canadian products are very well respected in a lot of other markets. But also, we have designers that are creating, we manufacture everything. And that makes us unique in the industry. Another point, our designs are created for us, both in our Toronto design studios and also in our Portugal design studios. So being fashion forward and always having the finger on the pulse of what's going on in that world is really, really important, and certainly something that Opulence Global has been able to achieve so specifically in our design centers in Europe and in Canada.
Well, this really sounds like a full circle business. Now, is this something that you should get into full time? I know that some people go into different marketing systems on a part time basis. What are your
Absolutely.
thoughts on that?
I think, Shauna, what I've seen in this industry and what I've seen in the millionaires in our particular company, they've started off part-time. This is the beauty of a system that you're not having to create for yourself. Everything is already created for you. So it's something that you can easily integrate in your busy life. Many people have jobs and children and extracurricular activities, and they're out and about, and they have husbands or wives, and certainly many people are very, very busy. And I think one of the biggest challenges for people is, oh man, I'm not sure if I have time to do anything else. But with this system, if you follow the system, it actually is a perfect system to meld into your already busy life. Number one, we are all about, if you wear your products, we are all about being busy and being out in public and really connecting with other people, because this is a development business. And the more people that you're out there meeting wearing these amazing products, the more opportunity you're going to have to share and to bring partners along to the table. So my recommendation would be that if you have a busy life, just start part-time and start building towards eventually, when your income is double and triple of what you're making already, then make that decision to go full-time and get into the millions. So that's what I've seen, and it seems to really work for people.
Well, Karen, thank you so much for taking the time. It sounds like this is the multi-level marketing industry is truly a place that you could make money that you cannot make in a regular 9 to 5 job, and something that has residual income. I think that anyone looking at this opportunity would be remiss not to really take a deep dive into it. Pick the company that is best for their product. It seems like Opulence Global hits all the marks in fashion, health, and beauty. So you really have a very large offering to sell and promote and by social sharing. And what I've gleaned from this conversation today, it is all about easily going about your day and social sharing with your friends, family, and the people that you meet. So thank you again.
My pleasure, Shauna. Thank you for having me. And yes, to finalize and finish up, this industry, if you haven't looked into it, make sure you do, because it can totally change your world as long as you have the desire to make that change.